John, what a phenomenal baseball game. Obviously, winning this game two, punching the ticket to game three, winner take all. Immediate reactions following this come from behind win, Tennessee 4-1.
Took a while, but you just knew that this team was going to find a way because that's what they've done all year. This is the just Tennessee had only lost back-to-back games once this season, so I didn't expect them to go down without a fight. And then surely it's not surprising that it's Dylan Dreiling who delivers the big hit. Had just hit a home run last night, didn't have a hit today, so you knew he was due. Two four-hit games in this year's College World Series. And so he's exactly who you want up. So he had a runner at second. You're thinking at least there's the chance to get a base hit and tie the game. But no, Dylan went ahead and drilled that pitch to right, and Tennessee had the lead. Turns out they had enough, but boy, sure didn't feel like it in both the bottom of the eighth and the bottom of the ninth. But again, just not surprised because as long as it's possible, this team finds a way.
It does. It's a resilient, group of guys, and we've seen that all year long. And down 1-0, I mean that's nothing. But as the game dragged along, it felt like it was a 3 or 4 run deficit. And so Dylan gets the big hit. And here's some numbers for you. The numbers, hitting with running and scoring position and runners on were really bad. But hey, you got the win. It doesn't matter. 0 for 16 with 9 strikeouts was Cal Stark before that 2 run home run, and that 2 run home run was some insurance that Tennessee needed till the very end there. I mean, how good was it to see that hit from Cal?
Well, it was awesome, and it's also his second home run of the season against Texas A&M. He did so. He left the field to right down in the SEC tournament. So it's not as though he felt uncomfortable. And you just, again, with Cal, you know it's possible. I mean, 2 grand slams among his 10 home runs. So while it's not the consistent contribution that folks would love, you still point to other things that were equally as big. I mean, that's huge, but when they have runner at first and perhaps they're threatening to score their first real threat in the game because they had a solo home run in the first, but they have 2 on. There's a back pick at first. His 7th runner erased this year. That was huge. Blake Burke with the throw from his knees to short after a hard grounder to first. There are so many plays. 7 strikeouts for Drew Beam again. And then Aaron Combs shut out Basebal out of the bullpen. So many big instances for Tennessee. So while they really struggled and it was beyond an uphill climb to get that big hit for the Volunteers, they did everything right to keep it where it was, and that was within reach. Anytime, I mean, as you mentioned, it was kind of like pulling teeth today. But if there's a second run or a third run scored by Texas A&M, who knows what it's like for the Vols late. But they got the job done, and now it comes down to one game.
It does, and we'll get to that one game here in a moment. The story of this one is the late home runs, the drawing, and Stark, as we talked about, but just phenomenal pitching. You mentioned Combs. What made him so effective? Then after Combs, I mean, Drew Beam, again, very reminiscent of his start here against LSU last year. Now, he went further in that game. I think he gave up a run, 5 2/3, but no run support. He went into the 5th inning here, was really good. He gave up that 1 home run in the 1st inning, but just didn't have any run support. I thought Drew Beam was really good here today.
He sure was. And he's been here. He's been good the whole time here.
Yeah.
And you wanted to make sure that his last appearance in the Tennessee uniform, and likely it was, that he didn't go out with a loss. That would have been horrible to see his time with Tennessee end 1-0. But again, the team just did everything it could to keep it within striking distance. And so while it was so frustrating, bases loaded in the 2nd, bases loaded in the 4th, you leave 8 runners on through the first 4. Again, this team never counts itself out, and the numbers are there to back it up.
Yeah, just a really, really good game, and now it comes down to game 3, and Tennessee going to have Xander Seacrest. Tennessee will have Nate Snead. Tennessee will have Kirby Cannell if you need it. I would imagine Combs and Causey are probably burned, but you're in a really good spot pitching-wise. Now, they'll probably go Lampke, I believe that's his name, who's already had a couple starts here in Omaha. Their closer, who was getting warm on Sunday, didn't come in, but he'll be available. It's going to come down to, obviously, who wants it more, who can execute the most. But, I mean, Tennessee's in a really, really good spot.
Yeah, it comes down to essentially a coin toss, seemingly.
Yeah.
But Tennessee's been in this position before. This will be the 9th time that Tennessee carries 1-1 into a series finale or a weekend finale. Tennessee's 7-1 in the previous 8 trips. So A&M has its experience in it as well. They've done it 3 times. They won 2 of the 3. They lost at Florida. That was the one where they came up short. So we'll see what happens, but you're exactly right. Everything's going to be magnified tomorrow. And just as we saw a couple of quick, switches for Texas A&M, boy, Cortez was really good for them, and Tennessee just survived that, which was
Yeah.
big, even though they had chances. I mean, to get 5 runners on against him, I thought was impressive, but I just think the fact that they were able to survive the flamethrower gave them even more hope that they could get this job done.
An opportunity to win the first national championship in program history, 9 innings away. Of course, we can have this conversation after the outcome, but a pretty big moment for this program, John.
It is. And to think, win number 59.
Yeah.
Only one other SEC team has done that, and that's Vanderbilt, which won it all in 2019. So Tennessee, if it gets the job done, will have 60 wins. And it's remarkable that they're in a position to do that. And it is a testament to the team because they've been backs to the wall. I mean, granted, they went out and took care of Evansville 12-1, but they go into that game knowing if they don't win, they're done.
Yeah.
And they got the job done. So I just appreciate where this team has been and how it's pushed back, punched back when it's needed to.
John, can't wait to hear you tomorrow as Tennessee plays for a national championship against Texas A&M.
Eric, sure do appreciate it. Thank you.